He just used me up all the way to the wall. I mean, there's a fine line of kind of pushing each other up a little bit for a win, and using me up with the history that he has with me. Not a good idea for him.
Hey there, NASCAR fans. Buckle up because today we're diving into the whirlwind journey of Joey Logano, from pole positions to crashes and more. This season has been nothing short of dramatic for the two-time Cup champion. Logano has won at least one race in 12 consecutive seasons and stands 28th in all-time Cup wins. However, he has been dry and close to 40 races. Will his fortunes turn around in 2024? Coming out of a whirling storm of wrecks and penalties, Joey Logano may prove his prowess as a veteran driver, but he hasn't hesitated or minced his words for a few drivers like John Hunter Nemechek and Ty Gibbs involved in recent incidents this season. Let's break it down and explore what's been happening on and off the track. But before we dive deep, do subscribe to our channel. The season kicked off with Joey Logano seizing pole positions in 2 races, showcasing his undeniable talent behind the wheel. Despite his prowess, victory has eluded him so far this year. As Logano enters his 15th year in NASCAR's Premier Division, fans were eager to see if he could break his 37-race winless streak, especially at Phoenix. Although his last victory at the Phoenix Raceway was in 2022, many expected Logano's talent behind the wheel might influence his fortunes this year. Bob Pockrass had shared his opinion about the expectations and gave an insight into Logano's standing.
3 races into the NASCAR Cup Series season, and there are 2 champions who are not in the top 16, who right now, if the playoffs were to start, would not make the playoffs. Is it time to panic? No, but still a little surprising to see Joey Logano 24th in the standings, 20 points back. I would say that Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski are both going to need to get the most out of their equipment. Logano did make up 9 points on the current cutoff today. If they kept doing that over the next 23 races, they'd be in the top 16.
The Phoenix Raceway was supposed to be Logano's redemption, a chance to break the streak and reclaim his winning ways. However, a multi-car wreck involving John Hunter Nemechek dashed those hopes, leaving Logano frustrated and disappointed. Two-time Cup Series champion Joey Logano's day came to an end during Stage 3 of the 312 lap feature, as the driver was involved in a multi-car pileup in the Shriners Children's 500. While the Toyotas reigned supreme at the 1-mile track with Denny Hamlin taking the pole and 2 other Toyotas clinching the first 2 stages of the race, Logano wasn't about to go down without a fight. Unfortunately for the champion, a Stage 3 crash sidelined Joey Logano early from the race at Phoenix, a track he has dominated in the past. Things took a turn for the worse in lap 206 when the Legacy Motor Club driver, John Hunter Nemechek, made contact with the number 22 Team Penske Ford of Joey Logano, who lost control and spun around, collecting multiple cars. Despite his best efforts, luck hasn't been on Logano's side this season, leaving fans wondering when the tide will turn for the veteran driver.
And around goes Logano. And another former champ having a bad day in Phoenix. Logano was in the free pass position.
And sure enough, John Hunter Nemechek run over him from the back. Round it went, right up into the traffic of other cars. Corey LaJoie, nowhere to go, right in his lap.
Barry spins. Zane Smith hard on the brakes, avoids serious contact.
After the mishap, Logano knew something was up and was heard radioing to his crew. "It's killed," essentially coming in terms with the fact that he was done for the day. Josh Berry, Corey LaJoie, Derek Kraus, and Zane Smith were all involved in the accident as the Nemechek-initiated tangle collected these drivers in the process. Even though Nemechek was heard on the radio, admitting his fault for getting into the number 22 of Logano, the veteran was still disappointed. Logano, without mincing his words, vented his frustration in a post-race interview and spoke his mind about how the mishap could have been avoided.
So I just got hit from behind. It's a shame. We weren't running good at all anyways, but it doesn't make it any better. But fighting for lucky dogs, which you get back there and everyone's racing not real good and you're caught up in one. You know, you can't hold it wide open around Phoenix, and maybe he should take a look and realize he can't do that too. He drove straight in the back of me and needs to be man enough to own up to that.
Now that's some harsh words coming from Logano. What do you think about his statement? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. After Logano expressed his disappointment, Nemechek said, "I want to apologize to Joey. I'm going to reach out to Joey. I'll probably reach out to Paul Wolfe and Roger Penske." I guess, just misjudged it. I hit the brake pedal pretty hard, and it didn't really slow down and I got in the back of him. It's my fault. I made a mistake and I've got to learn from it and own it. Phoenix race incident included, it's been a turbulent year for Logano so far. Starting with contact and a season-opening heated argument with Ty Gibbs at the Clash at the Coliseum. Speaking of Gibbs, off the track, tensions also simmered between Logano and rising star Ty Gibbs, culminating in heated confrontations and clashes during races. The clash at the Coliseum and subsequent arguments have added fuel to the fire, showcasing the intensity of competition in NASCAR's highest echelons. Both Logano and Gibbs had gotten into a heated confrontation at the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. The issue stemmed from a move. Logano pulled on Gibbs to get around him as they tried to capture the lead. Gibbs led 84 laps, but he spun out and was never able to get back toward the top of the pack. Logano finished in 4th and Gibbs in 18th. Gibbs and Logano were seen at the Monster Energy trailer yelling at each other. The driver of the number 54 car spoke to reporters after the intense moment.
Just mad that I ran him up, but if you go back and look at the replay, at 12 kind of chucks him out of the way too, so it just, it's a hard race at the end. This place is really hard to get your tires warm once the caution comes out, as we all see everybody sliding around, so I just got in there deep and washed up in them, and then we just kind of got all tangled up after that. So he just came in over and said that to me in a bunch of different words, but I knew it happened.
Later, Logano shed light about his situation with Ty Gibbs on Sirius XM NASCAR radio.
Ty and I have raced pretty hard with each other, since last year. We've tried to have a talk to where okay, we're going to start at 0. And then there was 3 weeks in a row where he was completely using me up. I had enough, right? You can only poke the bear so many times before the bear bites. And I had enough, and in Martinsville, I showed him I had enough. We had a conversation. He came to my place and we talked for 30 minutes. And I thought, man, that was pretty cool. He was very humble. We had a good conversation about it. And I thought, man, I've been through a lot of this stuff before when I was like him, right? So I could see a lot of myself in Ty. I get a lot of it. So we left and, we shook hands and, okay, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to respect each other on the racetrack. We're going to respect each other. I get it. It's 10 laps to go in the clash and we're going to be aggressive with each other. I get that. But to completely use me up into the fence, not going to be okay with me. So obviously I'm mad about that. I wanted to make sure he knew I was pretty upset about that, and that's not acceptable. So I'm not going to talk to him, but I don't really know the next thing to do.
Well, there you have it, folks. Joey Logano's roller coaster ride through the 2024 NASCAR season has been filled with highs, lows, and everything in between. So as the dust settles, Logano and his team are left reflecting on what went wrong and how they can bounce back stronger. Despite the setbacks, Logano remains determined to overcome the challenges and reclaim his rightful place at the top of the leaderboard. While Logano has got a lot of attention for his twisted tactics on the track, ranging from a modified glove to Rex, yet his prowess is unchallenged as he heads into the upcoming Cup races this year. With Bristol on the horizon, the stage is set for another chapter in Logano's roller coaster journey. NASCAR fans continue to cheer him on as he navigates the twists and turns of the track, hoping for that elusive victory that will once again cement his legacy in NASCAR history. For more exciting racing content, hit that like button, share and subscribe for more. Until next time, keep the conversation going on Lucky Dog on Track.